With these rulers, by the way, don't scrub them. It takes the numbers off. Just wipe them off with a sandy towel, please. We've had these for 4 years and they're still intact. I want to keep it that way. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. You'll each need half a piece of parchment, half an ounce of flour, and 8 ounces of butter. Like I said, I'm doing 2, so I need 2. Here's what we're going to do. Helps if your butter isn't completely rock hard when you do this. Take a piece of plastic wrap. Place it over the butter. Take a rolling pin. Now, I prefer the French rolling pins for this. If we only have the ball bearing, just don't hold it by the handles, please, it will bend it. Hold it by the actual pin itself when you do it, not by the handles, by the actual physical pin when you do this. Don't imagine an X's face or something. I don't need broken rolling pins or tables, please. Okay, that being said, all you're gonna do is just gently pound the butter. I'm not going to town on it, just pounding it out. And you might be like, okay, what the heck is that for? What this does is it gets it smooth without melting it down. If I use my hands, well, your body temperature is going to melt the butter. So I don't want to handle it as much. I want to handle it as little as possible. This prevents me having to handle it. If I was using a lot of butter, I'd use a mixer with a dough hook, not a paddle. The dough hook, because the dough hook doesn't incorporate a lot of air. Paddle will. Plus, the paddle doesn't get quite as smooth. The dough hook kind of squishes all the particles of butter that are in and out. Don't do this too hard as well, because you could break through the plastic wrap. Not the worst thing getting plastic wrap in a laminated dough.
So are you going to do it size with that?
You'll see, yes. Patient young Padawan. You'll see.
I want to know now.
She's too old.
I'm going to fold this.
We want to go to Obi.
I'm going to fold this like that. See, I started to tear there a little bit, so I just moved it off to the side, so I don't have to get a new piece of plastic if I can help it. Just trying to prevent that. I folded it over on itself, and I'm going to pound it out again.
Is there any significance to folding your butter over, or is that just to make it fit the way
No,
you
it's to
want
make it fit in here better, and also to make it really, just make it the correct texture. And I'll show you how to tell when it's correct. I'm almost there. It's pretty much there as it is. I just want to do it a little bit more and I'm done. Okay, that's there. That's plenty good. So it didn't take me long. Now you're going to take this. Now if I was doing European style butter, I'd be done. But the thing is, because it's American style butter, it's not quite as pliable as European. I'm going to mix this with the flour. So you place it in your ½ ounce of bread flour, you knead it in. Don't panic. Do not panic. If you knead it in and there's specks of brown all over your butter, all that means is you didn't work your flour enough. Doesn't hurt a thing. Because it happens to somebody, they come around and go, Chef, I got brown spots on my butter. You just didn't work your flour in, it's okay, don't panic, you're fine. Anyway, so you just kind of knead it in. It's going to happen to somebody, so I'm prepared to show you what's going to happen to everyone at some point during this procedure. Yeah. I'll even show what happens when you mess up with your parchment.
That would be.
So gently work it in. You don't want to work it too much, because if you start to feel it get really wet, it means you're working the moisture out of it, which you don't want to necessarily do, so be careful with that. Okay, take your butter, half piece of parchment, place it down like that near the bottom. Keep your hands buttered. There's a reason why. Fold this over here, like that. Use your buttered hands so that when you take it and fold that like that, and that like that, it sticks to itself. that, I made a nice, neat little package. And if I measure this, 5 by 5, perfect. That takes some getting. Then take it and roll it right to the edges. With a roller roll.
Very nice.
Done. Here's my garage. I know, I make it look easy.
Yes, you did.
I've done this a few times.
Just a
It
little.
takes some practice.
Just a little.
Notice there's no chunkies. I don't see any chunkies or lumpies in there. I don't see any brown bits, which is good. It's hard to label because sometimes you get butter all over it. So just do like one corner with your initials or something so you know it's yours. Because just the butter will make your Sharpie not work. Okay? Remember, black Sharpie only. But just like that. Just that nice and neat. But see, it's too soft. I can't use this right away. I've got to put this in the fridge. I'm going to show you another one, but this time I'm going to show the what if example.
The Ray
We're good class. We don't need what ifs.
example. The Ray example. The Ray example.
No, Tony said